Why is it that salespeople face buyer's remorse after a sale is made? I'm Scott Sylvan Bell. I'm coming to you live from Austin, Texas. I'm in Texas on a perfect day to talk about sales and a perfect day to talk about closing deals and people having buyer's remorse. So here's the thing, is there are times where people have a trusted friend or a trusted partner or a neighbor or a coworker, and they have sway in that person's life. And that person goes and says, hey, I just went and bought a brand new fill in the blank. And you know what that neighbor, that friend, that cousin is going to say? I could have got you a better deal. Everybody thinks that they could have got a better deal. Everybody's a magnificent negotiator in their own mind. Everybody thinks that no matter what you bought, they know how to do it better and they know how to do it smarter. And so, you know, there's times where you got to lock down that there's not another decision maker, that there's not somebody else that needs to be involved in this process. And you're going to find that it doesn't matter what you sell. Everybody always knows somebody. And like that person's going to call back. And once again, it's the default objection. Oh, your price was too high. Oh, you're charging me more for this than what you should. Or I feel like it's too much. And if you didn't find out if there was any other decision maker there, or you didn't lock that other person out, or that friend or that neighbor or that family member, and you didn't do what you could to make sure that you've explained, like, hey, once you leave here, everybody's going to think that they're an awesome negotiator. And the real deal is most of those people are not. Everybody always extends their stories. Everybody always makes their stories bigger than what they were. I can pretty much tell you this because I've sat through enough sales calls and I've seen enough people make excuses. And I've seen enough people not want to tell their kids what they bought or not want to tell their neighbor what they bought. And they just kind of look around. So everybody always pretends to be better at what they do than what they really are. So think about like a bunch of people sitting around talking about sales. Well, one of the things they're going to do is they're going to say they're better by a couple percentage points than what they are. And so people always think in their head like they could have got a better deal when they really weren't that great of a negotiator to begin with. And they weren't involved with the details. They weren't involved with the process. So the thing for you is you've got to uncover why that person has somebody else that they need to talk to, or why that person has somebody else that they work with, and figure out who that person is. And sometimes it comes down to you getting that person involved. Otherwise, you're going to have some rejection on the back end. You're going to have some objection. You're going to have some buyer's remorse that you're going to have to deal with that you may not have thought was going to happen. Okay? So dealing with buyer's remorse sometimes is at finding out who all the decision makers are and who else to complain about this. So one of the things that I always like to ask is like, once I walk away from here, who are you going to talk to about this purchase? And people would tell me, I'm like, do I need to call them and let them know everything involved? No. I'm like, I want to let you know that once I leave here, that person's probably going to tell you that they could have got a better deal from me. But here's the thing, if they were here, they would have heard everything that was involved. And if they're not here now, why not? And the person goes, well, I don't really need to. And 99% of the time, it would lock it down. So take that, use that script for however you want to use it. Modify it for your personality, because you may say it the way that I do. You may say it a little bit different. But like, why weren't they here? They're probably going to tell you they could have got a better deal, but why weren't they here to begin with? Well, that's a good point, okay? So lock it down once that sale is made and figure out if there's going to be a reason why they're going to cancel. Buyer's remorse is real, and sometimes it comes down to the whole entire belief that somebody else could have done it better. So you got one thing to do from here, just one thing. There's a subscribe button somewhere on the sides, somewhere on the bottom. Click on the subscribe button. What's going to happen is every time a new video comes out, you're going to get an update. And it'll be pretty cool. Be like, Scott Sylvan Bell sent out a new video. You should check it out, which you should, because that's pretty cool. So click on subscribe. Thanks for dropping by. We'll see you soon. Aloha.